Hello and welcome to the Saturday edition of the Box Seats. I'm Mark Ward. Just the 8 races at Belmont on scratchings due to poor nominations for one of the programmed events. We're expecting a partly cloudy day, 18 degrees Celsius. I think the track will be in a good 4 range, and the rail, it will be back at the true position. Race number 1 at Belmont on Saturday will jump at 12:37. It's the go racing for free before the footy maiden. You can see at least the first 2 races before going to watch the Dockers play. It's over the 1,000 metres. Let's have a look at the last start third of Nurachi.
Here in the field as they come around the home corner now. They'd straightened up with about 350 to go. Foxwood is running about midfield at this point. They come to the 250. Enduring Moment deep out ranged up. It had grabbed the lead from Mogul Magic. Uncanny timing. And now down the outside comes Foxwood with the runner. It's Enduring Moment the leader. Foxwood though is peeling ground off it very quickly. They'll split the line. Enduring Moment. Foxwood dive.
Not the deepest race to start the card, and although I don't think the form out of the replay race won by Foxwood is going to set any records, I do think that Nurachi was probably a little bit unlucky. He was beaten length and 3/4, was held up several times under Jade Nort. She keeps the ride here. The stable from Andurance Yard are going really, really well. I don't think this race is particularly deep. I think Nurachi can break its maiden at the 7th time of asking. Goes on top from number 3, Devil's Dust, who's first up here for Peter Giordescu and Jason Whiting. Won a trial beating Fiery Water, also from the Durant Yard not all that long ago. And we saw Fiery Water come out and break its maiden not that long ago either. Number 6 is Lachiev from the Lindsay Smith Yard with Chloe Azapadi aboard. She takes over from Victoria Corver. Claims down at 54.5 kilos here. Comes out of that Northern race won by Mensis, which I think is not too bad for a Northern maiden. And then number 5, Petite La Femme, Chris Willis and Alan Kennedy. Best performance was first up behind June Messiah. Ran very good speed rating that day, but the form out of that race has not really worked out. A lot of those horses have struggled to back up that rating. Has been placed in a maiden since then behind Misquoted, and was also behind Nurachi in the replay race. Top selection in race number 1 is number 1, Nurachi, to beat 3 Devil's Dust, 6 Lachiev and 5 Petite La Femme. Race number 2 at Belmont on Saturday will jump at 1:17. It's the Tap Touch West Speed Platinum Maiden over 1,600 metres, and in replay, let's go back a couple of weeks to the 5th of Brave Call.
Straight, led on the point of the turn from on the outside, Trade Fair Express, who lays down the gauntlet to it immediately, and they've kicked 2 lengths clear now from Miami City, followed by Time Starts now, Brave Call. It's Fire Goddess who's fighting on doggedly. The outside, Trade Fair Express, Fire Goddess on the inside with 100 to go, got the better of Trade Fair Express. She's put her best foot forward today, Fire Goddess, and Fire Goddess did it from barrier to box.
Thought this was a difficult race to get stuck into here. Ended up going with a little bit of value in number 2 in Brave Call. I think you'll get certainly each way. You might even get double-digit odds here for Lisa Staples and Reese Fatford. Now, it does map towards the rear of this field, but I did like the way that Brave Call finished off, not only in the replay race, but 2 starts ago behind What Planet You On. Will be 3rd up on Saturday. Steps up in trip as well from the 1,400, the last 2 starts, to the 1,600 metres. I think you can back this horse each way. Goes on top from number 4. Your likely favourite is Return to Oz for the Durant and Clint Johnston Porter combination. They've elected to put the winkers on here. Was behind Zala last time out. Was beaten 2 3/4 lengths. That horse did not frank that form on Wednesday, but gear change, gate number 1, stable in form, jockey in form. I think probably goes round favourite. Number 1 is Trade Fair Express. Now, this horse has placed 8 of its 12 starts and gets an outside gate here. Gate number 10 for Bruce Watkins and Jason Whiting. Has been second in each of its last 2 starts, beaten by Bond Odyssey and Fire Goddess. That's that replay race we just saw with Brave Call. And then number 6, Tick Along. Another gear change horse here. Blinkers go on for Brett Pope and Mitchell Pateman. Significant jockey upgrade taken over from the stable apprentice in Hannah Fitzgerald. Mitchell takes the ride. There's 2 from the Pope Yard in this race. Stormfeet is the other, another one with a gear change, blinkers on. Top selection in race number 2 is number 2, Brave Call, to beat 4 Return to Oz, 1 Trade Fair Express and 6 Tick Along. Race number 3 at Belmont on Saturday will jump at 1:57. It's the Peninsula Dining Room Plate over the 1,400 metres for the newly turned 3-year-olds. In replay, let's have a look at the last start performance of Chick's Chatter.
In front of Semagel and well back in the field, Grand Rattle and Pleto with the task in front of her. At the 275, Don's Legacy, joined by I'm Icy, Bedouin Bill. 2 or 3 lengths away, then is Pleto, but it's starting to finish full of running down the outside. Don's Legacy kicks from Bedouin Bill and Pleto coming. Don's Legacy, Bedouin Bill. Pleto won't get there. Don's Legacy kicks. Don's Legacy.
I think we're going to see some good 3-year-old races before we get to Ascot in October. This, I don't think is one of them. I think it's a pretty shallow race. I think there's a few horses here who've got opinions of them that are far outweighs their ability. Number 1 is Chick's Chatter. I ended up with this horse here. Went round in the Magic Millions last season, was beaten 7 lengths by the stablemate in Jemison. Since then has come back, has placed in a couple of races, late as a 2-year-old, then as a 3-year-old in the replay race. Been behind Queen Brown in both of those. Now, that horse has been a little bit disappointing subsequently, but I do have a little bit of an opinion on Queen Brown. Claims down to 56 here, and in a race where I don't think it's particularly deep, Chick's Chatter gets the nod. Number 6 is Chili is Hot for Graham Ballantyne and Jason Whiting. Half an hour before the Dockers game, we've got Graham Ballantyne training a horse from gate number 1 that's coming off a maiden win at Pinjarra. If you believe in Ohms, then Chili is Hot a chance here, and I didn't mind the win down the highway. Number 7 is Regal Dividend for Neville Parnan and his stable apprentice in Lakdar Romilly. He can only claim down to 52.5, so just a 1.5 kilo claim. Was second behind Lucy de Grey in maiden grade at Pinjarra on the same card as Chili is Hot. And then number 2, Surveillance. Now, this horse finished second in the Magic Millions race at Pinjarra last season, but subsequent to that, really hasn't franked that form. I'm not really sure where Surveillance is at. I don't know what his best trip is. Not really sure about the ability level either, but gets gate number 3 here, and I always do respect Jim Taylor and how he places his horses. Race number 3 then, on top selection is number 1, Chick's Chatter, to beat 6 Chili is Hot, 7 Regal Dividend and 2 Surveillance. Race number 4 at Belmont on Saturday will jump at 2:33. It's the Cool Ridge Handicap over 2,200 metres, and in replay, let's go back just the 7 days and the run of Gonna Go.
Buster. Black Shadow throws down the gauntlet. Gonna Go, let's go. And down the outside is Montalina. Juicing Carrots, Black Shadow. From on the outside, Gonna Go, Montalina. She's trying to lengthen stride and gather them in. Gonna Go reaches the lead though from Black Shadow. Juicing Carrots, Montalina. She's still coming. Montalina comes at Gonna Go. Gonna Go, Montalina. Montalina grabs in. There's the hat trick. Montalina.
2,200 metres, takes about 2.25 minutes to run, and I think you can be able to drink a lot of the sponsor's product in that time. Speed map wise, there is 0 speed in this race. Your likeliest leader is Sacks On, Sacks Off, and this horse settled 5th of 8 last time out. I think they're going to walk, and I think that's going to suit the horses that are probably best suited over a mile, and Gonna Go ticks that box. He's won up to 1,600 metres. He was okay over the 2,000 last time out. Big query about the trip here. If he was in the genuine run race, he wouldn't be anywhere near the top selection, but he goes on top. Another horse I've got a big query about at the trip is Double Digit, but he's a class animal compared to those going around in the 66 plus. He drops in grade from 78 plus, 60 kilos. He's not a massive concern. He's drawn an okay gate. His best form's over a mile. I think he's going to be there or thereabouts. A horse that I want every bit of the 2,200 metres is Throwdown. He was second behind Bonneville Black last start. Meets that horse on better terms on Saturday. If this was going to be genuinely run, number 3 Throwdown is the one to beat. And then we've got number 6 Bonneville Black, was well supported in the market last time out, went round at 10 but was fancied by a number of good judges, got the job done under Matty Derrick, can certainly win without surprise in here, but I do prefer those at the top of the handicap who are dropping in grade from 72 plus and 78 plus affairs. Top selection in race number 4 is number 2 Gonna Go, to beat 1 Double Digit, 3 Throwdown and 6 Bonneville Black.